From the Athens Tech Studios, this is the Athens News Podcast. Local news you can use about Athens and Clark County, all in 7 minutes. And now, here are your top stories.
Hello and welcome to the Athens News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter. Your opinions on the murder of an Athens nursing student, plus new research regarding links to homelessness and another crisis in our area. But first, here are your top stories brought to you by Drake Realty. A 26-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the killing of 22-year-old nursing student Laken Riley, whose body was discovered near running trails on UGA's campus. Athens resident Jose Ibarra was arrested, and authorities believe he acted alone, stating there's no further threat to the university. According to University of Georgia Police Chief Jeff Clark, evidence suggests no prior relationship between the suspect and victim. Riley, a former UGA student, transferred to Augusta University's College of Nursing. This from ABC News. Well, the University of Georgia honored the life of Laken Riley with a vigil Monday at Tate Plaza on campus. The vigil came as both UGA and Augusta University canceled classes on Friday in the wake of Riley's murder. Authorities were alerted after Riley failed to return from her morning run on Thursday, leading to the discovery of her body near Lake Herrick with visible injuries. Her funeral is scheduled for Friday. This from the Athens Banner-Herald and the AJC. The Watson Brown Foundation recently announced 2 significant staff changes at the historic TRR Cobb House in Athens. Sam Thomas, who has served as the curator of the Historic House Museum since 2006, will transition into a part-time role, while Ashley Oates has been promoted to curator. Tad Brown, president of the foundation, expressed gratitude for Thomas's contributions and highlighted his ongoing role in research and writing during the leadership transition. Meanwhile, Ashley Oates, who has been with the Watson Brown Foundation since 2015, has a bachelor's degree from Maryville College and a master's from Middle Tennessee State University. She will be responsible for museum interpretation, conservation efforts, and organizing special events, while also continuing to oversee the Athens chapter of the Watson Brown Foundation Junior Board. This from the Athens Banner-Herald.
It pays to know your doctor. It pays to know your lawyer. And now more than ever, it pays to know your local real estate professional. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Drake with Drake Realty, and we have 7 offices in the metro Atlanta area, including 2 right here in Cobb County and 1 at Lake Oconee. I'm the proud leader of over 700 agents here in Georgia, and we pride ourselves in professional service, whether you are the buyer or the seller. Drake Realty makes the home buying process seamless from contract to close. Our agents are a little different. They're not pushing for the quick sale and close. They are pushing for the best price and terms for their client. In other words, Drake Realty fights for you. Now's the time to buy that dream home, vacation home, or new home your family deserves. A lot of real estate agents talk big. Let my team at Drake Realty prove they will fight for you. I'm Jeffrey Drake, and I'd be honored to have my team serve you. Visit us online at drakerealty.com. And remember, it's not how quick you sell or buy, it's what the deal provides for your future.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. At Athens Technical College, their programs can connect you with in-demand and high-paying careers.
I graduated from Athens Tech in May and started my job 2 weeks later. I had the job before I left, thanks to my professor, and just focusing on growing a career.
As far as Athens Tech, I think I've been a member of the advisory panel for 10 years now, and it's been an awesome experience.
I'm currently going to Athens Tech. I started out as an accounting major. I've finished all my accounting classes and then switched over to the culinary and baking program.
My name is Alex Lang. I'm an electromechanical engineering student. This is my second year at Athens Tech, and I graduate in December. The long-term goal is to work for the railroad, whether that be Norfolk Southern or CSX.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. Find out more at athenstech.edu.
From WSB's Facebook page, students and parents demand the return of emergency blue lights or call boxes at the University of Georgia. The campus, once a pioneer in installing them in 1988, removed the system in 2004 due to outdated technology. Concerns for campus safety prompt calls for reinstatement. Deanna Burson says the problem with the boxes is that they have to wait at the box for the police to get there. If someone is chasing them, they need to keep running. There's got to be a better way. James Whitney says because all students have cell phones and the boxes in Athens are never used. Ask the authorities. Gary Tate said, with so many students on campus, they can't find a jogging partner, plus have protection to prevent from being harmed. That's common sense. And Billy Mack says, because Coach needs a new practice field. In UGA news, new research from the University of Georgia sheds light on the critical link between homelessness and opioid overdoses. Their study reveals that a 25% reduction in homelessness could potentially save nearly 2,000 lives from opioid overdoses, along with preventing hundreds of deaths from alcohol poisoning and cocaine overdoses. Lead researcher David Bradford emphasizes the causal effect, urging for pragmatic policies to address homelessness and strengthen social safety nets. With housing insecurity exacerbating the opioid crisis, the call for effective interventions becomes more urgent, particularly in the wake of increased evictions post the 2021 eviction moratorium. This from the Red and Black. In sports from the Red and Black and ESPN, Georgia's running backs coach Dell McGee has been hired as Georgia State's new head football coach. And in basketball, the Lady Bulldogs beat Florida over the weekend 76-60, while Georgia's men lost to Auburn 97-76. Over the weekend, the Athens Anti-Discrimination Movement organized the Athens Run for Maud Walk for Justice event, commemorating the life of Ahmaud Arbery. The event, held at Georgia Square Mall, saw participants running a symbolic 2.23 miles to mark the date of Arbery's tragic death. Following the run, an information session shed light on Arbery's life and raised awareness about citizen arrest and hate crime legislation. Arbery's passing sparked significant legislation reforms in Georgia, including an overhaul of the citizen arrest law and the passing of a bipartisan anti-hate crime bill. These changes aim to address systematic injustices and increase penalties for hate crimes while requiring law enforcement to report such incidents. This from the Red and Black.
Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast.